Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the fourth industrial revolutions and the impact of urban development in the role of real estate. Uh, the role of real estate at present is different, and specifically where the smart city projects and other city growing, that area we need to be very much focused, and we need to understand the what the ecosystem actually developing in the real estate arena. So if we focus the structure of the presentation, what we find you can find urban growth and change, the fourth industrial revolution, smart cities, Singapore as a smart city, the role of real estate, innovative finance, and the future of cities. The context: in 1950, the world population was 2.5 billion, and only 746 million people live in the cities. By 2014, the growth population has reached 7.2 billions, and with 3.9 billion people living in the cities. So in that context, actually, that the world population is projected to reach 9.6 billion by 2050, and the urban populations will be 6.4 billion people. So if we see the context, we can find that Asia, the total surface area is 31.98 million kilometers, and percentage of the earth habitable area is 21%. Number of countries 51, population 4.4 billions, and the percentage of the total population 59.6%. So this is the highest among all of the countries. Even if you compare Africa, USA, America, Australia, Europe, and Oceania, Asia has highest number of people. So global urban population is propelled by the growth of cities of all sizes. In 1990s, we have only 10 cities, 21 cities, 239 cities, and 94 cities. If we focus on the mega cities, 10 million people, large cities 5 to 10 million people, medium-sized cities 1.5 million people, cities 500,000 to 1 million, and urban area is smaller than 500,000. So if you see by 2030, there is a big growth. Like if you see that in 2030, there will be 41 mega cities, 63 large cities, 558 cities, 731 cities. It will be in different way. Industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution is water and steam water mechanics productions, 1786 to early 19th century. The second used electronic power to create mass productions and other sources of energy, including oil and gas. It is 1870 to early 20th century. The third used electric and information technology to autonomous productions emerging of the nuclear energies, 1969 to early 2017. Now the fourth industrial revolution, building the third, the digital revolution that has been occurred since the middle of the last century. It is characterized by fusions of technology that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological aspects. If you focus on the fourth industrial revolutions, what we find impact of the urban development, and that time we can see from industry 4 revolution we can find the emerging you can find the emergence of the internet, digitalizations, and 3D printing, IoT, cloud, big data analysis. Digitalization enable us to build a new virtual world from which we can street the physical world, smart city, multifunctional spaces. So there are many kind of developments actually happening through these smart cities and smart cities initiative, and these industrial revolutions actually help us to understand in many effective way. And by this way we can grow our understanding and everything in an effective way. The fourth industrial revolution, third millennium, the typical characteristics of this industry's revolution: velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is this revolution is evolving at a exponential rather than a linear space. Breadth and depth, it leads to unprecedented paradigm shifted in economy, business, society, and individually. It is changed the what, the how, or doing things, but also who we are. System impact, it involves the transformation of entire system across countries, companies, and societies as a whole. The fourth industrial revolution fiction. The fourth industrial revolution, it has its economic impact. The top six largest global companies are platform based: Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and Alibaba. All of them are actually a part of fourth industrial revolution. Besides that, the top four have greater market value than top 12 worldwide. The economic impact. If we see the economic impact and these kind of things, you can find Uber, you can find Grab, you can find Airbnb, those who play a very good roles right now. So fourth industrial revolutions as a big data. Big data is term to use refer to a large complex data sets that cannot be analyzed using traditional data analysis techniques. The use of big data is becoming a key basis of competition and growth for professional firms. It is already affecting every area of business actively, including real estate, construction, and the built environment. The British Standard Institution observed that more information was generated in the last 2 years than in entire history of humankind. If we focus on the TRT world, the reality, so what we find. Cellstam is a company at the forefront of the China artificial intelligence boom. Supported by the Chinese government plan to turn AI into $150 billion industry by 2030. Founded in Hong Kong, the company has attracted investors including US chief designer Qualcomm and Chinese real estate developer Dalian Wanda. In April, Alibaba led $600 million investment round into SenseTime, valuing the AI firm about $3 billion. Level of development of the fourth industrial revolution technology applications that address challenges for the sustainability in emerging technology cities. So for the fourth industrial revolutions, we can find the challenges for sustainables like 3D printings, advanced materials, advanced sensor, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, blockchain, drones and autonomous vehicles, energy capture strategies and transmission, geo-emerging in IoT and robots, new companies and the virtual augmented. If we focus on that particular points, we can find the game changer is regenerative cities, adaptive cities, seamless cities, empowered cities, and living cities. If we focus on the living cities, is the advancing circular resource management, IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchain, biotechnology, advanced material, advanced sensor patterns, 3D printing, and robots. If you go for regenerative cities, it has intelligence responding to the catastrophic risk. IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchain, advanced material, advanced sensor, 3D printing, virtual and augmented reality, and mixed reality. If we go for adaptive city, making the most of the multicultural space, we can find Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, drone, biotechnologies, blockchain, 3D printing, robots, advanced material, virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. If you go for seamless cities, it's connecting people and package, IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchain, drone and autonomous vehicle, virtual, augmented, and the mixed reality. So these are the important things. If we focus on the Singapore actually very good example of the smart city projects, and we are observing by this way that we are developing many interesting aspects of the society. And by this way, if we can move to the next level, we can understand many interesting things, and which is very much important for us. So what is the long-term vision for the Singapore? Singapore has a leadership and long-term visions. Singapore vision is based on think ahead, think across, and think again. Strong and united government bureaucracy, pro-business government policies, long-term investment, infrastructure development strategy, which is very much important. Creation of the world-class infrastructure is the best aspect of the smart city approach. Maintaining competitive edge via education, adapting of the new technology and resource efficiency, utilizing its local advantage, everything is important for us. Singapore smart city planning, smart planning to create if we can go this kind of creativities and other things, what we find that smart city planning has most important part. Specifically, is for the smart city planning, we find that Singapore has smart city planning to create livable cities, a livable city to provide a high quality of life for the inhabitant through. It has good job, quality housing, and effective transportation system, and effective land use policy through land in intensification strategy, a successful public housing programs, and long-term infrastructure investment strategy. Beside that, Singapore smart city land use policy. So what is the land use policy? The Singapore land use concept plan to take a long-term 50 years views the integrated various need for the country, supplemented by the 10th years master plan, which translate the concept into strategy. The Land Acquisition Act has been instrumented in this, a deliberate and the careful guaranteed objective by the government to retain land in Singapore for public housing. This including land is the central area as well as land is outer area of the Iceland. Here are some of the views of the Singapore and the Singapore. Uh, 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 Singapore has a different kind of infrastructural beauties and other things. So what is the land transportation policy? Land transport policy. Effective land transport policy, investment in the public transport based on the mass rapid transit and the extensive bus network. Discourage private car ownership through impositions of high impact import tax, car ownership tax, fuels and road pricing, limiting the number of new registered car annually. Public housing program. Singapore has adequate allocations of land, public housing, financing via Central Provident Fund, the use of mandatory saving scheme for financial housing. Various design to create the different affordable and different times, regular maintenance and upgrading of the public housing through thoughtful social policies to achieve greater social integration in a multicultural society. So these are the some of the views. Beside that, smart city and the global hub, long-term infrastructure investment strategy, creating a global hub, building world-class infrastructures. We can go for world-class airport and effective seaports, well-designed industries area, creating of the Jurong Islands. So Jurong Innovation Districts in Singapore. So Singapore strives to be a smart nation in which our people are empowered by the technology to lead meaningful and fulfilled life by harness the power of network, data, and info common technologies. We endeavors to improve lives, create economic opportunity, and build a closer community. We have the conductive environment to experimental prototype and deploy innovation solutions that can be shared with other global crises. So there are some beautiful pictures and other things we are observing right now. So smart city planning and construction which focus on sustainable transportation and logistics, clean energy and utilities, urban health and resources, advanced circular resource management, planning new cities and retrofitting existing ones require a paradigm shifting given rapid urbanizations and growth environmental pressure. Building fact and green space and urban agricultures. Beside that, resilient urban systems. We always have to focus on in the COVID-19 about the resilience, real-time integrated and adaptive urban management system, and change management to the better adapt to learn forms and response to shock, disaster ready urban infrastructure and buildings, and smart emerging responses system for natural and man-made disaster preventions, mitigations, and recovery. So Eastern Economic Corporations in Thailand. So this is another example of the smart cities, and that they have very good plannings, and they are integrated with a lot more interesting things. So what is the role of real estate? The industry 4 provide great opportunity for the real estate sectors. Innovative approach to the real estate solutions, emerge the new technology and the add value, changing real estate space, new retail models, and multi functional developments. So these are the many important aspects what we are observing and growing day by day. So this is another city's example. This is the Sondo, South Korea, described in 2014 by the US developers as the largest real estate investments in 2014. Sando International Business Districts, as it is now marketed, is construction on the Inhuen's waterfront, occupying 100 and 1,500 acres of reclaimed land and intended to accommodate 22,000 downwind as well as extend commercial space. For the new smart city, Masdar city was concerned by the Abu Dhabi government in 2006 as part of the much greater project to transform the country from its oil-based economy to one based on the knowledge and innovation. Intended to be carbon neutral emissions free, $22 band projects was envisaged to be being largely solar power. Its originally completion date was 2010. Now, smart city is a global trend. China smart cities are viewed as a significant way to accelerate the process of industrializations, urbanization, and improving agriculture. 200 smart cities have been identified for inclusions under a national pilot schemes. Indian government has visions of digital India, has put forward plan for the integrated smart city process into 100 cities across the cities country. United States Department of Transport has awarded 40 million to the Columbus, Ohio. This was the result of a competitive bid to help it define what it means to be a smart city. Innovation Fund to build the memorandums and the available for the promising sustainable city focus innovation accelerator, venture capital, impact investment can build and support portfolio technology compare for the urban environmental solutions. Urban and national government need to provide innovative PPP solution, public-private partnership solutions, blended and risk finance, challenges fund, and viability gap fundings to enable financing for the public goods and technology development. Sovereign wealth fund, national pension fund, alternative and ethical investment impact investment funds play a major role, and that is the learning for the futures. And by this way, we can grow our economy in an effective way. So I request all of you that you can focus on the smart city projects, and smart city can be the major things in our global arena, and we can grow our economy in an effective way. So thank you everyone, those who joined today's sessions. If you have any kind of question or anything, you can communicate with me. Thank you.